Hi PUBG Esports fans, I'm your PUBG Esports guide Annie, and I'm here with Paper Thin.
Hey guys, what's up? Good to be back here at the PUBG Esports News Show.
I know it's been a really long time since we've shoot PUBG Esports news for PCS, right?
We've been busy getting ready for this one, but I'm really excited for PCS4.
I know, so PCS4 is the first PCS in 2021, so we have a lot of changes. First, most importantly, the winner decision method has changed to so-called MC rule, the most chicken rule. So the number of winner-winner chicken dinner will be the most important factor, and the tiebreaker will be kills. Also, we have added special prize starting from PCS4 to compensate players showing outstanding performance in team-wise and individual-wide. What do you think about this special prize?
Yeah, I really like it. So if you're the top fragger at an event, you're gonna get some extra money. If your squad does just crazy performances in the event, you're going to get a little extra money as well. And we're putting together an all PCS team, so kind of like an MVP all-star roster where you can also earn a little extra cash. So there's a lot of incentives to do well at this event.
Yeah, so I hope players get motivated by this too. And from PCS4, the tournament will be weekly based. We'll have the weekly winner every week, and the team with the highest prize ranking will be the series winner and will be granted with the extra prize.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting to see all these changes and how everything plays out at PCS4. So let's take a look at the teams that are going to be participating.
So let's start with APAC region. So they have 5 Vietnam teams, 5 Thailand teams, and 2 each from Indonesia, Philippines, and Oceania. So let's start with Vietnam teams. So top 4 teams from PUBG Vietnam series had advanced to PCS4 APAC, and the Expendables won the recent PVS.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a team with 2 players who you're going to know very well from Vietnam, Leviz and Nam Si, coming over from Divine to this team. A big part of why they're winning it. I mean, they're fantastic players, they're veteran players, so it's no surprise to see them doing well. After that, we have X Stadium Thu Duc, who is a team that you guys might remember from PCS2, who caused some problems for Fury, so kind of gonna see if there's a rivalry budding there, but I think the last one we're looking at is team number 1.
Yeah, they won the last ticket to PCS4 APAC by winning the PUBG Vietnam Open. And I heard that there's familiar player here too.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got Sapao coming in for this team, a legendary player in Vietnam, a guy we've seen perform very well. PNC in particular, I think, is where people really remember him from. Some exciting players and teams coming out of the Vietnam region.
So let's move on to Thailand teams. We have 5 Thailand teams, and top 3 teams from PUBG Thailand series and top 2 teams from PUBG Thailand Open have advanced to PCS4 APAC. So here we have a lot of familiar teams, especially Buriram United Esports and Daytrade Gaming, who showed a lot of outstanding performances in PGIS, has no change in rosters. I'm really expecting a lot from these teams because I think these 2 teams have leveled up a lot in PGIS.
Yeah, I agree with you, particularly on Buriram. I mean, that team is stacked top to bottom, but really Nawadra was the one performing for them in their region. He's just one of the top, I think he was the top fragger.
What about Daytrade Gaming?
I mean, they're good. We know that. They're a very patient, very smart team, and of course, you're looking at Nurens and Vanatica as the 2 top players on that team. So definitely got to keep our eyes on them.
So top 4 teams from PCS4 APAC qualifier advanced, and these teams are quite familiar for me.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of really good teams coming out of this. ArkAngel Predator is one that stands out to me. Consistently the top team in the Philippines. And then I'm also really curious about Eagle 365, who won the APAC side of the Predator League this year. So they're looking really, really strong. Typically it's been Victim Rise that's kind of been ahead of them, but maybe now they're taking a step forward.
And in Oceania, there is this team who is always dominating the region, the prominent top team, Fury.
I mean, they're nuts. What can you say about Fury that hasn't already been said? They did great at PCS last year in APAC. I fully expect them to be in it to win it in the very last day of the competition.
Now it's time for Americas. As mentioned earlier, LATAM teams have joined PCS4 America from 2021 PCS4. So we have 10 NA teams and 6 LATAM teams in PCS4 Americas. Can you tell us more about LATAM teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really exciting to have these guys joining in for PCS4. A lot of great players and teams that we know of. Latin Dominus won their region and they looked really, really strong. Maybe not some players that are as familiar on the global stage, but Pipa, for example, stands out to me, coming over from Team Singularity. And then, of course, you have the Trogloditas, who look really great because guess what? They're the old Furia boys. Really exciting to see some of these guys on the new stages.
Yeah, and for North America, we really have to talk about big organizations coming back to PUBG scenes. Can you tell us some?
Oh man, there's so many, it's hard to keep track, but let's start with Dignitas coming back, picking up a really strong roster with Honey Badger, Shinboy, Poonage, and of course Sparking, the Brazilian phenomenon. So that team, I have a lot of high hopes for. We also have Space Station Gaming coming back, picking up the Spicy Fish, which is Uncivil, Roth, Keenan, and Sharpshot, another fantastic team. It's really exciting to see this.
And I heard that old Rumblers members from 2019 PGC had came back.
Yeah, so this is the old Rumblers team. Now they're picked up by E United, who's also returning to the PUBG scene. So really exciting to have these guys back. And finally, we have Wildcard Gaming living up to their name. Kind of, you never know if they're gonna be in or out, but they're back again in NA, so excited to have them back as well.
And most interestingly, TSM has moved over to North America and picked up this old Shoot to Kill members. And they have dominated the regional qualifier, topping the list.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? These boys are nuts, maybe the best throwables in the world. So really excited to see if they can continue this explosive performance they've showed so far since TSM picked them up.
And most of all, we have Sonics, the former champion of PGIS. They didn't outperform in regional qualifier like they did on previous PCS or PGIS, but still they're Sonics, so I'm sure that they'll do well in the global events. So let's talk about Asia region. From 2021, teams from Korea, Japan, and Chinese Taipei are competing in single tournament PUBG Weekly Series. And 8 teams from PWS Phase 1 have advanced to PCS4 Asia, and all 8 teams were Korean teams. Which team should we watch for?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look first at the winners of PWS1 repeating their performance in the PWS preseason. It's going to be the Africa Freaks, the same roster throughout the entire year. They're looking great. They even won a week at PGIS, so of course you got to keep your eyes on them. And then next up, who else? Gen G has looked fantastic. They won 2 weeks of the PWS this phase, so I'm really excited about them. Asura coming over to the team. Seems like it took a little bit to kind of get everything working together, but now they've really found great form. They look incredible.
Yeah, they seem to find the answer at last in the final. And also, I want to talk about Damungia because they had this huge, not huge, but has a roster change. Loki and Wicked joined the team. It still seems like Under is frigging out the best, but how do you think about other players as a team?
Yeah, I mean, it's really exciting to have Loki over there. He's actually performing very, very well. I think he's fitting in very nice. Wicked is doing a pretty good job here as their play caller. But it's still kind of the same Damwon Kia in some ways. They're close, but not really winning. So I really need to see them step up after the disappointing performance at PGIS. At least they were able to rebound and show some good games.
And in PWS Phase 1, we really have to talk about Danawa Esports.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about Danawa. This is a team that has been impressing me in their scrim performances for some time, and now they seem to have really found the right mixture of teammates. Now there's a young player named Salute, an 18-year-old, who is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, he won the total MVP in PWS Phase 1.
He's nuts.
Yeah, and we still have 1 team each from Japan and Chinese Taipei, Enterforce 36, and Global Esports Exit. And we really have breaking news for Enterforce 36.
Yeah, really exciting stuff.
Indigo, Star-Lord, and Geekin is joining the roster.
Yeah, Geekin's been there for a little while as a player coach, but they've been letting a lot of the normal squad for E36 play. Now with Indigo coming over, he seems to be the star player.
Yeah, and what about Gex? It's previous K7 Esports.
Yeah, they looked pretty good at times during PWS. They even won a couple games during the weekly finals, so I'm always interested to see what they can do week to week. There's potential here. They haven't been able to quite best the Korean teams, but they still look good.
So top 6 teams from PCL have advanced to PCS4 Asia, and 4AM dominated recent PCL. They've won 7 chicken dinner out of 30 matches with 180 kills. And Forever, he's better than ever. He is definitely the best fragger in China, or maybe in the world. With the lead of Forever, they're still very aggressive, but at the same time, they know how to win the matches. And good old team from China, Team 17, has advanced to PCS4.
Yeah, these guys continue to impress, finally making it back to a larger international event. Show and Xpei in particular, 2 of the top 5 fraggers in China during the qualifiers for this. So really excited to see them back. There's so many good teams in China.
Last but not least, we have to talk about Pero. They barely made it to the PCS4 as they ranked 6th, but they did really show a lot of impressive plays in PGIS. And XCD, the owner of this team, has fragged down in recent PCL, ranking 2nd in kills. And last but not least, like always, it's Europe. So top 3 teams from each qualifiers have advanced to the PCS4 Europe, and we have 7 invited teams. First, let's talk about MEA qualifiers. The old Digital Athletics members have played as a team LOL in this qualifier and doubled the score compared to the 2nd place. They dominated qualifiers to PCS4. And the famous Turkey organization, Big Boss Life, have picked up this team. So they are participating PCS4 Europe as BBL.
Definitely got to keep our eyes on BBL. I mean, these guys are nuts. They live up to their expectations in their qualifiers. Can't wait to see more of them. 2 other teams that I really have my eyes on from Europe coming through the qualifiers is going to be Redline. Nalup looked absolutely incredible during those qualifiers, so excited to see that. And then the other one was After All. These guys have some really big names on there with Hibako and Pokamoladoy. So excited to see those guys come through the qualifiers, see what they can do against some of these big name teams in Europe.
Yeah, and we really have to talk about these invited teams, 7 teams. And as they didn't participate in qualifiers, we couldn't see them playing recently, but they did participate in PUBG ESL Masters Europe, and Heroic won this event.
Yeah, Heroic, the old Omaken squad. T-Bone, of course, is T-Bone. He is incredible. These guys from time to time will just show up and run over other teams in a tournament, so congratulations to them. But right behind them was Ensign Team Liquid, the exact same rosters they had at PGIS, so they continue to succeed. And then in 4th place, FaZe, bringing in Fex to replace Uba.
Yeah, so Uba from FaZe Clan is now playing for Digital Athletics' new squad in PCS4 with Seal, the SMT, he changed his nickname, and Pixel K from Team Liquid, and Bard from TSM. This has consisted of really big names in Europe PUBG scene, so I'm excited to see them playing, but they haven't played in this squad in any tournament recently, so we'll see how they do in PCS4.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this team. I mean, this is a nutty good team.
So there were so many roster changes in Europe going on, so I'm really excited to find out who will win this time. So today we've introduced the roster changes and what have changed in PUBG esports scenes in all 4 regions entering into PCS4.
Yeah, there's a lot of new players coming through here as well, so really exciting to see them get their chance here in PUBG esports.
Yeah, and we also have Pick'em Challenge ready for PCS4 too. It's pretty much same with other PCS Pick'em challenges, so we have Predict the Winner and Team Face Off to earn EPs to get our PCS4 special gears, so please participate.
And also, we have a Twitch extension this time that will be available on all official PUBG channels in many different languages. It's just a chicken challenge. You just pick the team that wins, and you even get a little bit of extended opportunity to do it up until the 11-minute mark in the game to pick who's gonna win the game and get some extra EP that way too.
And it's been a long time since we've done it, but check out our PCS4 picks. The first PUBG Continental Series in 2021, the PCS4, will start off with PCS4 APAC on June 10th and will last for 3 weeks. You don't want to miss it.
So make sure to stay tuned to the PUBG Esports channel for more information and interesting content.
And don't forget to subscribe and like. Bye-bye!